Welcome to the Full Octane Garage. I'm James.
And I'm Kurt.
Today we're going to talk about, if you've checked out our previous video, how to change a flat tire on your 2019 or 4 GMC Denali. This will also apply mostly to the Tahoe or some of the other GMC Chevrolet products. So you've got the tire changed out, you went to the shop and they have fixed your tire and you want to mount your spare back where it goes and put all the components back together the way it was when you bought the truck.
As I more lovingly call it, let's put all your crap back together.
There you go.
Okay, now we're going to show you how to put the tire back under the truck. What we're going to do is start with the tire face down, and then you also want to make sure that the cable is hanging low enough from the jack assembly so that we can get it to fit into the wheel. So as it's hanging low, we're going to slide the wheel underneath the cable.
If we haven't said it yet, but we mentioned it in the other building, gloves are a nice thing to have right now.
They are.
A drop cloth too.
So this is the rear hanger, and it's conveniently designed so that if you turn it sideways, it will slide through the center of the wheel, and then once it drops through the wheel, it lifts back up and it will secure onto the center hub of the wheel and then allow you to jack it back up. So now the first thing I'm going to do is have an angle on it. I'm going to slide it through the wheel. I've got it through the wheel, it's engaged, and what we're going to do now is we're going to put the jack pole in and we're going to crank it up, and once it gets in the air, we're going to make sure it's positioned on that assembly in a secure fashion. Again, the square hold end is going to go into the jack first, into the hole.
At this weird angle.
At this weird angle, and it will catch. And then we're going to go clockwise to
Where's
lift
your drill now, Kurt?
Yeah. I could make it work. Oh. Actually, I probably could. Okay, so now it's hanging in the air. And what you want to do is get underneath and look to make sure that it's sitting in the unit properly, and it is secured. And this is ready to crank all the way up. So we'll crank it until it feels tension. Unfortunately, this cranks pretty quickly. It's not a drag like it is cranking the jack. And if you are doing this to your friend's vehicle, you can leave it hanging just a little bit, and it'll rattle and make a lot of noise and really piss them off. So, James, look the other way.
It's a good thing we're not friends.
Okay, so that's snugged up there. You pull it out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the lock mechanism back in. Okay, so when you put this back in, if you put your finger in the hole, you'll notice that the catch is in the bottom. Don't put your finger in holes. So we're going to open this up, spin it to the right. We're going to slide it in.
There it goes.
And then now it is locked into place. Put the cap on and you're all done. What you do not want to forget to do is, because you're going to need this key in the future, is you're going to slide it back into the fob. It will click and your fob can go back in your purse or your pocket or wherever James keeps it.
Either one. Don't forget to take your locking key and put it back in your glove compartment. You'll miss it if you don't.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put the kit back together, and you're going to have 3 different rods, actually 2 rods of one type, and these are the extenders, and then you have 1 rod, which is your jacking rod. The jacking rod will go in this pocket by itself on the outer edge, and then we're going to slide the extension rods in the 2 pockets that are next to each other, since they are like each other. It's not real obvious that there's another pocket here, but there is another pocket, and it has a pocket of the shape of the lug wrench. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide it in this end pocket, and it's going to slide here, and what that's going to do is stop it from rattling. What we'll do is we'll fold this over.
There's your Velcro.
And there the Velcro is, I'll be doggone. And then all we do is put this tie down mechanism on, and we're going to go back to the truck and we're going to bolt this thing down.
We're going to the driver's side rear passenger seat.
Okay, so when you put this C-clip on, what you want to make sure of is that you're going to have enough room to actually hit the nut. So we had to slide it down just a little bit. We're going to come in here, we're going to tighten this nut down in a clockwise fashion.
This is so going to be not so noisy when I'm driving around now. Since the last time I changed the tire out.
You want to hold it down a little bit so it gets level. You can really snug this up good. And it will be very quiet.
Look how neat and clean that looks.
There we go. That's nice and compact now.
Yeah.
Okay, the jack and wheel chocks go in on the passenger side of the vehicle. You want to make sure that the jack is down so that you can, it will initially go into the top of this metal bracket, and you'll notice that there's two holes in the bottom, and these two holes will actually, once you set it in here, the two holes will slide in to the lower bracket, and then what you do is you hold the jack up and you snug it down so that it doesn't rattle. Do it all by hand. You don't want to put too much pressure on it. You just want to have enough so it doesn't rattle. So it's secure now. Now what we do is we take the wheel chocks, and the wheel chocks are kind of a neat little setup. You have this J-hook. The J-hook will wrap around the jack, and then the wheel chocks will come in. You'll see the J-hook sticking out, and the J-hook has this fancy little plastic wing nut that will thread on and snug up, and again, stop all of your rattles. Then you put your seats down.
There we go.
And everything's good. Thanks for being with us at the Full Octane Garage. Don't forget to tell your friends to like and subscribe. Tell your friends about all of, and give us some thumbs up. And come back for some Full Octane fun.
Hasta la vista.